Let's go to line number one. Say good morning to Memorial University Professor of Economics, Wade Locke. Wade, you're on the air.
Good morning, Patty. How you doing?
I'm very well today, sir. How about you?
I'm doing fine, thanks.
Good.
I was just calling about two things, Patty. One is that we have a presentation tonight. I just want people to know about it, that we're looking at the economic impacts of the community sector organizations in around the St. John's area, and so that's a public presentation.
I read some of the numbers. Penny sent us a news release on it, and I think the numbers were fascinating. I read some of them off earlier. So it's not only the creation of jobs, it's return to the tune of $18 million to the provincial treasury, the economic drivers on top of what is just the feel-good and the contribution to the fabric of the province and the betterment of the life of so many of its citizens. I was fascinated, and I think this is really important for people to understand that it's not just about feel-good and helping the less fortunate.
No, that's without a doubt. I mean, these people are employers. They buy goods and services. They provide services to people, and there are legitimate and significant economic impacts, not the least of which is that they are a significant employer within the region.
Wade, why do you, I mean, for me and you and others who, we can be conscientious of people's well-being, healthcare, volunteer sector, and otherwise, why do you think it's important for people to understand these numbers?
Well, what happens sometimes, people, when you don't count things or you don't have a sense of what they mean in terms of employment or business activity or taxes, people tend to minimize their significance, even though they look at the for lack of a better word, the voluntary sector as important in terms of meeting our moral obligations and those kinds of things. People tend to not appreciate the real significance of these particular industries. And so this particular study we've done with Penny Rowe, as you mentioned, the Community Services Council, allows us to demonstrate what the size of impacts will be or is in the St. John's area, and hopefully we can expand to other areas. But right now it's in the St. John's area, CVS, that kind of area. And we think it's important to have a look at it, and we think people will find it interesting to have a look at it as well. And this is part of CARE, and we'll make this all public in due course. And I suspect by early next week it'll be on our website, and anybody who wants to look at it can look at it. Well,
I think it's excellent news because you're right. Anytime we diminish or minimize the importance of any sector, including the not-for-profit sector, I think we do it no justice. Add to the fact of all the good work that they do. So I'm glad. And that's Wednesday. It's tonight at 7 p.m.
It's tonight at 7 p.m. Yeah, in the Arts Administration 1043, and it's free, and it's available to anybody who would like to come. We welcome their comments and participation.
A couple of questions before I let you go, Wade. Sure. And I know that you were just calling about this issue, but of course your name has been associated with a review of an awful lot of the big projects, including Muskrat Falls. You put forward some numbers in the past where it would be time for pause, time to consider the project as it pertains to the least cost option and the long-term viability of the project so far as the ratepayers go. The Muskrat Falls updates are very troubling, and the numbers now are bigger than many people were expecting. I'm not surprised, but a lot of people are shocked. Your comments on what you've heard yesterday from the NALCOR and the update on the project.
It is an unfortunate set of circumstances, no doubt about it. I haven't looked at recently the numbers, so I don't know whether or not this project would be the best project on a go-forward basis, but I suspect it is. It's going to require another look at this particular project to see whether or not it makes good sense. They've had a lot of bad luck. There's no offense about that, and the price has changed. We do expect the price of oil to come back. It's a matter of whether it's 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. But I don't think anybody who looks at this particular area believes that the price of oil is going to be $45 or $48 for a significant period of time, although it will be depressed for a period of time. So I would characterize it as unfortunate and unlucky, but I don't think I've changed my perspective on the value of this project. But again, that's subject to having a closer look at everything that goes on with it.
The unfortunate reality for a ratepayer is unfortunate and unlucky. I get to pay for that. And so is a prudent decision at this time, in your opinion, to do anything to review to stop paying some bills for a little while to further assess and whether I think the relationship with the price of a barrel of oil, it doesn't change the eventual cost of Muskrat Falls. We're always going to have to pay that. It can indeed be used as justification for least or lowest cost option, as people have put forward. But do you think, as a professor of economics, when we've had a number put forward and you're one of the people who put it forward, that a pause, a review is due and required on the project at this point?
I don't know, Patty, to be perfectly frank. It's not something I thought about. It's not something I planned to call him about it today. But, you know, I mean, obviously, when things are different than what you anticipated, it's always good to reflect on them and to think about whether or not a different course of action is warranted. I don't think it is in this case, but if it is, it's important to know that and to consider it. I mean, you know, things have changed from when we first started, and consequently, it is not unreasonable to have a reflection on what that means. And it may not mean that what people think it means, that in terms of that this project shouldn't go forward, or this shouldn't go forward as quickly as it can go forward. But it is certainly something people should consider. There's no offense about that.
And that's fair ball. Maybe when you get a chance in the future, and if you've had an opportunity to have a closer look at the updated numbers and what they mean and how the different contracts break down, completion of the project to date, those types of things, if and when you have that time, we'd appreciate a follow-up conversation.
Without a doubt. I mean, this is something, you know, that it is something that's in the back of my mind for sure. It is not something I'm working on today, but it is something that's in the back of my mind. It's certainly in the public forefront, and it is something that someone like myself and others like to do the kinds of things I do should be considering. I mean, I accept that. I haven't had a chance to deal with that right now. The other reason I called, though, Patty, just so we get this in, is to remind people that we are having a sponsored leadership debate on 2 weeks' time on October 14th, and we have now provided the questions to the politicians. So we won't release the questions until the Monday or Tuesday, so that the 30 politicians and their supporters get a chance to review them and prepare for them. But I do want people to know that we're moving forward with that, and all three parties will be participating, and we have Patty Daly hosting. So
yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I think providing the questions up front, especially on economic matters, means there's no ducking or dodging, and I'm not prepared and I'll have to have a look type of answers coming. So I think that's good, and I'm looking forward to that particular event. That's October 14th. Where's the host site?
It'll be at the main lecture theater in the Bruno Center, and it's open to the public, and everybody's welcome. And we have overflow rooms as well, so you know it'll be simultaneously webcast at the same time, and recorded. And Rogers will receive a copy of the recording, and of course any media like VOCm or any of the papers or television who want to come are welcome to come.
So they'll all be there. And one more time, folks, if you want to know more about not only the good works done by nonprofit organizations, but the significant contribution to the provincial economy, it is tonight at room 1043, the Arts Administration Building. Way to look forward to this event, and certainly look forward to the upcoming economic leaders debate, or the leaders economics debate, on October 14th at the Bruno Center. Appreciate your time.
Thank you, Patty.
Thanks, Wade. All the best.
Bye.
Dr. Wade Locke, Professor of Economics, Memorial University. We will indeed follow up with him and others on the updated Muskrat Falls numbers.